why I became a plumber and why I would suggest you look into the career yourself. First off, I have had plenty of different a variety of different jobs. So I mean that's mainly was focused in restaurants. So I've done everything in the restaurant. Mainly a bartender. Was management for a while, and then I've also worked at day camps. I've worked at golf courses. I've worked in construction for a little while. I've also worked in the film industry for a while. I worked in the creative field for a while. I also worked with vehicles for a while. So I mean, there was kind of a lot of different, quite expansive resume. So when they asked for my job history, I was like, oh man, I've done a lot of jobs. And so now being 31 and settling down more in terms of like what do I want to look into, what kind of path do I want to have in my career. I wouldn't say I have avoided a career. I've just been looking for the right one. And so that led me to look into the trades. And I was fortunate enough to be around actually a lot of trade workers at my previous job about a year and a half ago. And so being exposed to their world, I think on a daily level, I became curious. I asked them questions of like their wages. I've asked why they got into the trades. I've asked what they would redo in terms of if they could do the career over, what would they would look into. And becoming an electrician, a sparky, and a plumber were the ones that they highly recommended looking into, or ones that they would advise looking into. And that just got me thinking. I was just like, what about this? What am I gonna do with this information? And so I followed my curiosity. If you're like me, it is very nerve-wracking. You're like, I've not really had a trade I could say that directly correlates with the plumbing industry. And there's a lot of, I think, misconceptions of what plumbers do. A lot of them think that they're the roto-rooter guys, which we love. We love the service guys that go out there and help people on a practical level. But plumbers are the ones that actually install, remove pipes and water heaters and get into the in-depths of like laying out. There's many aspects of plumbing, but commercial is one of them, remodel is another one, and then there's also residential and service. And so right now I'm in the commercial remodel side of it, and I'm learning what that looks like now. And so when I started to apply and like figure out what I needed to do, I just became curious, and I wanted more information, and I wanted to understand what it was that plumbing or plumbers do. So as I stepped forward, I got hired on as a helper before I became an apprentice. So what that involved was you show up kind of like an apprentice, but you're mainly there to, you could be doing a lot. I mean, when I first showed up, within the first hour, I was drilling anchors and setting hangers for pipes. So I had no idea that I'd be automatically thrown into doing part of the work of a plumber. And as I started to kind of understand more of what is happening in the world of plumbing, right now I've been helping with water, drain, vents, putting in copper pipes, cast iron, removing cast iron, putting in PVC. I've also been a part of I forgot what other things I was a part of. But anyway, learning so much within a matter of a couple of months has really thrown me into a joy of the choice I've made. It's hard work. Yeah, you're going to get dirty. You're going to be dealing with, not the most enjoyable smells at times, vent gas, but you're not going to be dealing with toilets all day. And I think a lot of people think you're dealing with toilets on a daily basis. You might be setting toilets, you might be redoing some things, but I have had no dealings with I'm going to be knees deep in fecal matter. Not true. So I think if you want a career that has a lot of variety, that's going to change it could be week to week, it could be month to month, it could be different locations. It requires problem solving and your kind of interest of the trade. I think that you need to follow your curiosity, and that's what I've done. And I've been nothing but pleased now, being almost 3 months into it. I started now my second week of classes. I just want more. And I think that if you have been looking for a career and you've had kind of a colorful background like myself, and you want something that's more structured and goal oriented, but also yearly you're going to see raises and you're going to see the fruits of your labor and investment, look into the trades.